So I went to the ATM and pulled out some money. And as I was counting the money from the ATM, I came across this raggedy $20 that is all ripped off. Like a whole corner portion is ripped off if you look at the picture that's displaying. And when I got it, I was so bothered, and I tried to deposit it back into the ATM, and it wouldn't take it because it's missing a whole corner. And I thought, nobody is going to let me spend this in their establishment because the whole corner panel is ripped off and missing. And I got worked up about it. I was very frustrated at first. And then the Spirit of God started to speak to me, reminding me of all the goodness that God has done for me in advance to receiving this ripped up $20 that I was worried I wouldn't be able to spend. So a couple weeks ago, we went to the car wash, my husband and I, and we got a $25 car wash for free. The machine wasn't working, and so the teller was like, I'm gonna just give it to you. And we got a $25 car wash for free. And then in addition to that, just this week, I got a pizza from Peter Piper Pizza, and their machine wasn't working. And so they're like, we're just going to give you this pizza. And it was like a $22 pizza, extra large pepperoni pizza for free, literally for free. So God had already gone before me and given us all of these advances, this overflow of abundance. And then I got this $20. And so at first I was upset because I thought nobody's going to allow me to use this in their establishment. So I basically am losing $20 is what I initially thought. In this season that I'm in, I'm learning that there is no good and bad, but there is a lesson in everything. So I began to ask the Spirit of God. I said, Lord Jesus, what is the lesson in this? And oh man, did he deliver. The Spirit taught me so much in this experience. One of the things was, why am I getting all worked up about it when God's already gone before me and had given us a free extra large pizza and a free car wash? I mean, that was money that we didn't have to lose out of our pocket. So it was like he went before me and already knew that maybe this $20 was going to be an issue. So the first thing was like looking at it from a stance of, well, it all worked out because he's already given me an abundance. But I knew, like, I was still frustrated. Even though that was a fantastic point, I still had some frustration within me that I needed to work out. And so I continued to listen to the Spirit. And it was really the really amazing lesson that I felt like I was given was, well, you are getting so worked up about nobody's going to take this $20, and I hadn't even tried yet, okay? And God was saying, or the Spirit of God, was saying, what's the worst that can happen? You go to spend it and they won't take it. Okay, so then you try it at the next place and they don't take it. Then you try it at the next place. He was basically explaining to me that this is part of life. You might get told no, you can't spend that here, but that doesn't mean you just give up. And in the worst case scenario, he said, give it to one of my other children and I bet they can figure out a way to get it spent. So just this feeling of you might be told no once, but to not let that stop you. Here's what's really cool. So we go to Dutch Bros and I pay with it, and they took it with no problem. They didn't even give it a second glance. They just took it, and that was that. And it really is funny because I feel like I spent more time worrying about it than actually was even necessary. Because like I said, we ordered our drinks, gave them the money, they took it, bada boom, bada bing. It was nothing. They didn't even say anything about it being ripped. And here I spent at least 15 to 20 minutes upset about it. And I find it hilarious because I got worked up over nothing. It didn't need to be worked up. I mean, God is for us. And so why did I allow myself to even be bothered by it? Because I know he works all things to the good of those who love him and have been called according to his purpose. And when I spent the 20, I said, okay, when I go to this Dutch Bros, if they take this $20, I'm going to give her $5 tip, because I'm sitting here worried about it. And like, I don't know, it was just an amazing experience today, having this experience happen for so many reasons, because it's just money. At the end of the day, it's a resource. I sit here and preach all the time that money is just a resource and God is the source. And I let this little incident almost blind me from that, and it's just, I wanted to share this because it was such a wonderful thing that happened to me, because it allowed me to remember, one, that it is just a resource and God is the source. So what's for us is going to be for us. And if I can't spend it at one place, I'm going to keep trying until somebody takes it, because somebody will take it, And it was just such a beautiful experience to have. Very humbling experience, because I like to think I think one way, but then when something that I perceive as negative happens, it actually wasn't negative. It was an opportunity to remember that it is just a resource. So why am I getting worked up and bothered by it? Love this. I love that this happened to me. I didn't love it at first in the moment, but I definitely knew that there was something more to it. I knew there was more to it than what meets the eyes. And boy, did God deliver such an incredibly beautiful message through this ripped up $20 bill that still spent the same as a crispy new one. Won't God do it? And that is the premise of this message, that it may not look like you want it to look, but God's got it. He goes before us. He is everything. I hope that I was able to convey this in the manner that it really hit me, and it was so beautiful. God bless y'all. Love you, and have a freaking awesome day, because why not? You can choose. And that's the other thing I said at first, it was not, my day wasn't, wonderful. There were some nuances that occurred, and I said, but no, this is going to be a good day. I was telling my daughter, I said, no, the day will get better. And it did. It got so much better. And even the bump wasn't even what I made it out to be. So just perspective can definitely make a difference, and make sure it's an awesome day, because it's a choice. It is a choice. And look for the blessings and the lessons and even the things that are nuances. All right. Bye for real. Love you.